Alright guys, so I'm sure this comes as no surprise to anybody. We're going to be leaving things in jars. Today what we're going to do is we're going to be using mouthwash. We're going to leave the things in it, not for 30 days. This time we're going to do something a little different. Instead of 30 days, I'm going to try to leave them in there for 6 months. We might be just a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, but 6 months is about the time frame that I want to leave these things in there. Let's have a look at our items. Number one. Of course, that's not the item. Something that has kind of been like a staple to these videos. I think I've used this in just about every single one of these videos where I've left things in jars. Eggs. So we're gonna leave, I think we'll go with about 4 eggs. Ooh, did that crack? No, it didn't crack. 4 eggs. I'm sure after 6 months in mouthwash, I'm sure those are gonna smell just absolutely amazing. Item number 2, we have Snickers bars. I'm sure this is really gonna hurt a lot of you to see, but I had to do it. It's for the science. And 4. And next up, obviously whenever you think of mouthwash, you think of teeth. And I wanted to use teeth for this experiment, but I'm not willing to donate my teeth to the experiment, and I don't know anybody that's willing to donate their teeth to the experiment, so I have the next best thing. A cardboard box. But what's in this box is 1 pound of shark teeth. So we have 1 pound of shark teeth. I wonder if there's any good ones in here. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a good sized tooth. I'm really curious to see how it's going to affect, legitimate teeth. So let's go ahead and get these in here. All right, 1 pound of shark teeth. Next up, we have ping pong balls. I kind of think that, nothing's going to happen to the ping pong balls, but it's worth a try. Alright, fair enough. Let's do this. Oh. Really? Come on. We'll go with, come on. That many. That seems good. And last but not least, something that I'm gonna have to put on gloves for. And I bet all of you right now probably just thought that I was talking about pickles. I'm not talking about pickles for once. We're gonna use a chicken breast. And every single time I leave a chicken breast on something, it always stinks horribly. And I'm sure this is probably gonna be no different. Oh yeah, let's get some of that juice in there, why not? Just get in there, come on. I should have cut all the way across the top. Alright, here we go. Chicken breast. I'm really curious as to what's gonna happen to this chicken breast because mouthwash, at least this, alcohol, 21% alcohol. So, I'm curious if that 21% alcohol will be enough to keep bacteria from growing inside of this jar, so that way the chicken breast won't smell after 6 months. I don't know, but we'll see. Let's start getting these jars filled up. Alright, so we have all of our jars full, and I do have to say, typically, whenever I do these videos, most of the food items that I put in these jars usually end up smelling really bad, but with this one, with the Snickers, it smells exactly like chocolate chip ice cream. well, maybe not ice cream, but it smells exactly like mint chocolate chip. Which, makes sense because they're chocolate and the mouthwash is mint. So that's kind of cool. At least it doesn't stink like they usually do. All right, so I'll see you guys in 6 months. All right, it has been 217 days since we put these items in Mouthwash. So let's see what's happened to them. Our first item is gonna be the ping pong balls. Through the jar, it doesn't seem like anything has happened to them. They don't look deteriorated or anything, and the color of the mouthwash doesn't seem like anything's happened to it either. It just looks like it just got poured out of the jug. It smells like it just came out of the jug. So oh, these are like stuck in here. Oh, there we go. Let's get some of these ones from the middle that have been completely covered. Oh wow, nothing has happened to it. So this is a ping pong ball that hasn't been in anything. It's just a new ping pong ball. Doesn't feel like it's deteriorated or anything. Let's see how they bounce. Wait a minute, this one's wet. It looked like this one didn't bounce quite as high. No, I think those are the same. Am I crazy? Or is it the one that was in Mouthwash not bouncing that high? No, I think that's about the same. I was almost going to say that it kind of felt like the one that was in Mouthwash was a little bit softer. But I don't think so. I was thinking that maybe the alcohol that's in the mouthwash, maybe it would have like deteriorated the plastic or something, but I don't know if alcohol will even affect a ping pong ball, and if it will, I don't think there's enough alcohol inside of the mouthwash to really affect it, so nothing happened. Moving on to the one that I am probably the most excited for, the shark teeth. But again, from the outside, it doesn't look like a whole lot happened. Oh, there's like some type of just like sludge in the bottom of him. I don't know what that's from. It doesn't smell bad. It smells just like mouthwash. I was thinking maybe it might make them brittle. No, it definitely does not seem to be the case. But it does seem, let me find one, like here, you can see this one, maybe not that one, maybe this one. It seems like it kind of just stained them blue, maybe? That really seems it. Again, I was kind of hoping that maybe the alcohol would kind of make them brittle, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I mean, teeth are probably some of the hardest things on the planet. That one broke really easy. Maybe the tooth itself didn't get brittle, but the tooth and whatever this is, I guess like the root or whatever, maybe that kind of is weakened. Apparently not on that one. I don't think a whole lot happened other than them kind of being stained blue. So that's kind of anticlimactic, but let's move on. Maybe now you can see kind of how everything is tinted so blue, as you would expect. If something is left in a blue liquid for 217 days, you would expect that it would be kind of stained blue, but yeah, that's the only thing that's happened. Moving on to our next item, and one that I really hope doesn't stink. The eggs. So far I've left eggs in a lot of different liquids. Some of them have stunk, some of them have not. Hopefully this is one of the ones that does not stink. All right, let's just get one. Okay, so far the shell doesn't seem like anything has happened to the shell. It still feels like a regular egg. It still seems hard like a regular egg. Let's crack it. Why did that not crack? Oh wow. I don't want to splash this liquid on me. Let's dump this liquid out. Alright, now let's see. I don't know why this egg was so hard. Okay, that kind of cracked. Oh. that's interesting. It's just like a regular egg inside. I was thinking that it was gonna be like solidified, and that's why it was so hard to crack. Let's take another one. Yeah, for whatever reason, the shells are just harder than normal. Let's drop it from up high. Oh, that cracked it. And then the inside, again, it's just like a regular egg. And the yolk has done that like half solidified putty thing that we've seen many times before whenever we've left eggs in other liquids. I'm really curious as to why the shell is so hard. I'm sure somebody in the comments will have an explanation, but let's take a fresh one, see if we can drop it from maybe here. Now it cracks. So they're not that hard. See if I can just squeeze it with my hand and crack it. Oh, I guess that one might have been cracked already. Well, that's interesting. The shell kind of got harder. That's kind of like the opposite of what the eggs have done in all these other liquids. Most of the time, the shell either like completely comes off or it ends up extremely brittle. But for some reason, in the mouthwash, it got a little bit harder. So that's strange. All right, next up, and another one that I really, really hope isn't smelly, the chicken breast. So the mouthwash has a lot of alcohol in it. Bacteria shouldn't be able to grow, so it shouldn't stink, in theory. It doesn't not stink, but it also doesn't smell good. It kind of smells how you would expect chicken in mouthwash to smell like. Oh, look at that. So for whatever reason, oh, that smells like minty rotten chicken. So for whatever reason, the chicken on the bottom, I guess absorbed the most pigment out of the mouthwash for whatever reason. I'm assuming the pigment kind of sank to the bottom of the glass. And then up top, you can see a little bit of it here, but not too much pigment. Oh, man, this smells. Oh, the chicken seems like it's kind of dried out. The chicken feels like the same way the chicken felt. Yeah, it feels like it did. Oh man, once I ripped that open, that smell got way stronger. It feels the way it felt. I don't remember if it was the hydrogen peroxide or the sulfuric acid or lighter fluid or something. Some other liquid. It really dried it out and it made it kind of like the texture of like a jerky or something. The chicken on the bottom picked up a lot of the pigment. It just feels kind of like dried out. Not really a whole lot happened. It smells really bad. Let's move on. All right, it still stinks in here. Last but not least, we have the Snickers bar. Hopefully the Snickers bar, hopefully it smells like mint chocolate and it takes away the smell of this nasty chicken. That doesn't really smell like mint chocolate. Oh. This is like a smoothie consistency. Oh. Oh, I didn't expect that. That is completely disintegrated. Oh, once it's poured out, it doesn't really smell that bad. It does kind of smell like mint chocolate. Yeah, all the chocolate is completely dissolved. Let's see. And then just kind of left with all the peanuts that are all like chocolatey and green from the mouthwash. I'm sure these peanuts are probably really soft. Well, that just shot off somewhere. But the peanuts aren't soft. Kind of, a little bit. Alright, well, that's what happens to the Snickers bar and mouthwash. It gets completely dissolved to like a smoothie consistency, and you're just left with all the peanuts that are all green or blue from the mouthwash. And then you kind of have a mint chocolate smell. So that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.